Welcome to The Explainer. Today, we're diving into one of history's greatest mysteries. Where is the lost Ark of the Covenant? But here's the thing, forget the treasure maps and the blockbuster movies. The answer we're exploring today isn't buried in some ancient ruin. It's been hiding in plain sight, with a twist that might just change the way you see the whole story. For centuries, right, the Ark has been the ultimate prize. It's this legendary sacred object that vanished from history, and everyone wants to find it. You know, the big question has always been, where did the physical Ark actually go? But what if that's the wrong question? What if the real mystery isn't where it is, but what it became? Well, according to one incredible theological argument, the search for the Ark isn't about archaeology at all. It's about theology. It suggests that we should stop digging in the sand and start digging into the text, because the answer isn't buried in some forgotten tomb, it's actually woven right into the pages of the Gospels. Okay, so the big idea here is that the Gospel of Luke basically acts as a kind of textual treasure map. The theory is that the New Testament writers were incredibly clever. They deliberately left a trail of clues for us, clues that point not to the Ark's location, but to its new identity. So here's the heart of the whole thing. It all hinges on these two events that, at first glance, seem totally unrelated. First, you've got King David in the Old Testament bringing the Ark of the Covenant to Judah. Then, centuries later, in the New Testament, you have Mary, who's pregnant, going to visit her cousin Elizabeth. The claim? That this isn't a coincidence. It's a deliberate, intentional parallel, a classic example of what theologians call typology, where something in the Old Testament is a prefigurement, a kind of shadow of something much bigger to come. All right, let's really get into the evidence, because when you put these two journeys side by side, the similarities are, well, they're pretty mind-blowing. They're almost impossible to just brush off as a coincidence. Check this out. Okay, just look at how specific this is. First step, the destination. It's not just a similar area, it's the exact same place, the hill country of Judah. Then look at the reaction. The Old Testament says King David leapt and danced in celebration before the Ark. And in the New Testament, we're told that John the Baptist leapt in Elizabeth's womb the moment Mary arrived. And then there's the duration. The Ark stayed in Judah for 3 months. How long did Mary stay with Elizabeth? You got it, 3 months. These aren't just kind of similar, they are precise, deliberate echoes of each other. But the rabbit hole goes even deeper. The connection isn't just in the plot of the stories. There's an incredible linguistic link, a single, super important Greek word that basically locks these two events together. And that word is Episkiazo. Now, it translates to overshadow, but this isn't like a cloud passing over the sun. No. In the Bible, this word is absolutely packed with meaning. It's a technical term. It's used to describe the glorious, visible presence of God, the Shekinah Glory, coming down and filling a holy place. It's a huge deal. And this is where it all clicks into place. In the Old Testament, the word Episkiazo is used to describe God's presence overshadowing the Tabernacle, the tent that held the Ark. Then, fast forward hundreds of years, the angel Gabriel appears to Mary and says, "The power of the Most High will overshadow you." It is the exact same highly specific Greek word. The author is practically shouting at us, making a direct theological link. That same divine presence that once filled the golden box is now filling Mary. So when you put all the pieces together, the parallel journeys and this powerful linguistic link, the conclusion from this theological perspective becomes unavoidable. The treasure map wasn't leading us to an object. It was leading us to a person. And this just lays it out so perfectly. Think about it. The old Ark was an inanimate object, right? A beautiful box made of wood and gold. And what did it hold? The stone tablets, the written word of God. But the new Ark, Mary, she's a living, breathing person. And what did she carry? Not the written word, but the living word of God made flesh, Jesus himself. The argument isn't just that she's like the Ark, it's that she is the new, living Ark of the Covenant. So why is this so important? Well, it totally reframes what discovery even means in this context. You have the archaeological search, which is all about finding a physical thing, a historical artifact. But then you have this theological reading, which is a search for meaning. And it reveals that maybe the real treasure was never a golden box, but a profound truth about a person fulfilling an ancient symbol, a truth that was hidden in the text all along. You know, This whole idea suggests that maybe the greatest secrets aren't buried under layers of sand, but are hidden right inside the patterns of the stories we thought we already knew so well. Which really just leaves you wondering, right? What other ancient secrets are just waiting there for us to discover?